This is the operation order for United Operations TVT on the 19th of February 2011 at 2100 Zulu. Pull out your pen and paper and prepare to copy.
Task Organization. United Operations will adhere to the following task organization, broken down into 6 units. Unit 1, 1 Company Command Headquarters consisting of the Company Commander and Radio Telephone Operator, RTO. Unit 2, 1 Infantry Platoon, consisting of the following, 1 Headquarters Section consisting of the Platoon Leader, Platoon Sergeant, Radio Telephone Operator, Medic and Platoon Forward Observer. The platoon has 2 9-man infantry squads consisting each of 1 squad leader, and 2 fire team leaders. Each fire team consists of 1 M249 squad automatic weapon gunner, 1 M203 grenadier, and 1 rifleman with an AT-4 launcher. Unit 3, 1 tanks section with each tank consisting of 1 tank commander, 1 driver and 1 gunner. One of the tank commanders will serve as the section commander. Unit 4, 1 section of 2 rotary wing aircraft. 1 is standard UH-60 transport with 1 pilot and 1 crew chief, with the second aircraft being the medical evacuation aircraft consisting of 1 pilot. Unit 5, 1 105mm howitzer section, consisting of 2 105mm guns and crew, and 1 fire direction control vehicle. Unit 6, 1 infantry squad, consisting of 1 squad leader, and 2 fire team leaders. Each fire team consists of 1 M249 squad automatic weapon gunner, 1 M203 grenadier, and 1 rifleman with an AT-4 launcher. Attached to the squad is 1 sniper team consisting of sniper and spotter, and a 2-man anti-tank team consisting of 1 84mm Carl Gustav gunner and 1 assistant gunner. The squad has 2 50 caliber Humvees, and 2 Mark 19 Humvees. The squad will have 1 anti-aircraft missile launcher and 1 60mm mortar. Situation. Enemy forces. The enemy, 7th Cavalry Regiment, has equivalent equipment as our forces with exception being former Warsaw Pact equipment consisting of T-90 tanks, RPKs, AK-47s and so on. They will not be using AK communications system which will give them a slight advantage, as they will not have to deal with the realistic communication problems such as terrain masking radio signals. The enemy will have up to 52 personnel. The enemy is a military and tactical realism unit. The 7th Cavalry Regiment has been active for 7 years and boasts over 190 active members from around the world. The enemy considers itself a mature unit that bases its values on the U.S. Army core values. The regiment offers regular training courses. In addition, the majority of their unit leadership is either current or ex-military from various branches around the world. The unit has written standard operating procedures that they adhere to, and will attempt to fight as an organized unit. Bottom line is we will be fighting a trained, organized, and experienced unit. The following is an enemy analysis estimate of 7th Cavalry Regiment capabilities based on their battle operating systems. Intelligence. 7th Cavalry Regiment has access to the battlefield map, and will have an opportunity to conduct terrain analysis and reconnaissance for planning purposes. They may be able to use their sniper teams and forward observers and rotary wing aircraft to conduct reconnaissance during the operation. We can expect them to conduct some level of planning. Command and control. The enemy will be using their own TeamSpeak server for communications. This gives them an advantage of not having plan for communication interruptions associated with AK. Their leadership is experienced and has a rigid command structure that they will adhere to. We can expect them to quickly relay and execute orders. Mobility and counter-mobility. They have the same access to mines, wire and trenching systems that we do. We can expect them to emplace mines around their combat outpost. Air defense, they will have one guided missile system possibly templated on a hill around their defense position. They have several high-caliber machine guns that can be used to down our aircraft through direct fires. An unconventional use of utility helicopters, organic machine guns to engage other aircraft is possible. Maneuver, they will have the same constraints as our forces and will have to use an economy of force in either the offense or defense. Analysis shows that in the opposition force role, it would not be to their advantage to use tanks to attack our defensive position due to constraints of distance and severely restricted terrain. However, infantry forces will be able to conduct an air assault or airborne jump into our defensive positions in the surrounding hillsides. Fire support, the enemy has the same fire support as our side, 2 105mm howitzers at their main base and 1 60mm mortar at their combat outpost. The howitzers have 60 HE, 60 DPICM, and 30 smoke rounds. The mortar system has 30 HE, 15 smoke, and 15 white phosphorus rounds. The enemy may not be as proficient with indirect fires due to the changes to the artillery system. Combat service and support. The enemy will have the equivalent ammo boxes, ammunition, maintenance, and refueling vehicles. The enemy will be able to use dragable ammo boxes and sling loads to resupply forward. They will have one medic that will be able to heal casualties when either at the medical tent on the base or at the medical evacuation aircraft. Most probable enemy course of action. Analysis shows that the enemy in the position force role will most likely push his armor forces to reinforce his defensive position in objective Garmarad. He will use the rest of his infantry and possibly sniper and anti-armor teams in an airborne or air assault on our defensive position in Maladost, defensive position Zoo. The most dangerous enemy course of action is, if they can quickly move and emplace their armor forces in objective Garmarad, which is an approximately 7-minute travel from their main base. This will give them an advantage by being able to mass their fires on the narrow northern avenue of approach into Garmarad, with the possibility of effectively stopping or destroying our armored assault, while decimating the infantry assault with coaxial machine gun fire and 120mm high explosive fires. Friendly forces. Higher Unit Mission Statement. United Operations conducts TVT event no later than 2100 Zulu on 19 February 2011 to defeat 7th Cavalry Regiment in order to gain bragging rights and demonstrate United Operations tactical prowess. Higher Commander Intent. 1. Full participation of all United Operations members. 2. Conduct all operation with professional conduct and tactical maneuver. 3. Have fun. Mission: United Operations Titan Company conducts forced entry attack no later than game start plus 5 minutes to seize enemy combat outpost vicinity of Garmarad in order to defeat 7th Cavalry Regiment. Be prepared to defend United Operations combat outpost vicinity of Maladost in order to repel enemy forces. Execution. Commander's intent: it is my intent to 1. Rapidly assemble and deploy forces no later than 5 minutes after game start. 2. Aggressively execute the fire support, infiltration, and assault plan while maximizing violence on the objective. 3. Be vigilant in reporting enemy movements and contacts. 4. Be prepared to repel all counterattacks and attacks. Concept of the operation. The purpose of this operation is to defeat 7th Cavalry Regiment seizing their combat outpost and repel all attacks on the United Operations combat outpost. We will accomplish this in 5 phases: preparation, infiltration, assault, and consolidation reorganization phases. It will be executed by one armor section conducting a penetration attack along axis charger through objective Garmarad and onto battle position Hammer, isolating Garmarad in order to facilitate the main effort's attack. Simultaneously an infantry platoon, the main effort, air assaults and attacks to seize objective Garmarad in order to defeat 7th Cavalry Regiment. Simultaneously, one infantry squad, plus, defends United Operations combat outpost vicinity of Muladost to prevent enemy seizure. The decisive point of this operation is the neutralization of the enemy armor threat, prevent any influence by them. The end state of this operation is enemy forces neutralize, Garmarad seized and friendly forces prepared to conduct follow-on operations to defeat enemy forces. The first phase is the preparation phase. It begins right after this order and ends at game start on 2100 Zulu on the 19th of February. During this phase we will conduct platoon, section, squad planning and rehearsal, which will culminate with a combined arms rehearsal at 1800 Zulu on the 13th of February. The second phase is the infiltration phase. It begins at game start and ends when the assault forces have reached their assault positions and the preparatory fires are started. Immediately, the defending squad at Muladost will begin preparing the defense of the United Operations combat outpost. At no later than start plus 5 minutes, one armor section will move along attack axis charger toward assault position anvil. At the same time the sniper and spotter will mount, 1 .50 caliber Humvee, and 1 Mark 19 Humvee, and move to Muladost to link up with the defending squad. At no later than start plus 7 minutes 2 UH-60 Black Hawks with 2 infantry squads and 1 anti-tank team on board will take off from UO base on Flight Corridor Angel to checkpoint 2 where they will hover until brevity code, game on is announced. Once the armor is at assault position anvil, the artillery section will begin pre-planned fires on objective Garmarad, beginning the assault phase. The assault phase begins once the artillery section begins pre-planned fires and ends with the consolidation and reorganization phase. Once the artillery has finished firing preparatory series, they will announce on company and support net's brevity code game on begin assault phase fire series. The armor will immediately conduct a penetration attack through objective Garmarad, prioritizing destruction of any armor, crew-served vehicles, and troops within the objective, in that order. Without stopping, the armor will assault through and occupy battle position hammer, orientating one tank's turret onto the objective as a support by fire, firing on all zones, while the other tank orientates south toward the MSR, isolating the objective from all outside influences. Simultaneously the Black Hawks will move to checkpoint 3 and land on landing zone Hawk, dismounting 2 infantry squads and its headquarters. The anti-tank team will remain on board. Once the infantry has dismounted, the Black Hawks will execute a 180-degree turn and return back on Air Corridor Angel to checkpoint 2. The infantry platoon, will move along the assault route where one squad will establish support by fire position Koala suppressing zones A through E. The platoon leader will call up brevity code Koala S.P.F established, and begin their assault with the second squad into zone A after the armor platoon acknowledges and shifts fires to zones B through E. The infantry platoon will then assault zones in sequence A through E, communicating the zone to be assaulted to the armor section on company net and receiving an acknowledgement before entering that zone. The armor section will stay in contact with the infantry in order to prevent fratricide and coordinate suppression zones. This will continue until the objective is taken and the enemy threat is neutralized. Once the Black Hawks have reached checkpoint 2 en route Angel, the medevac helicopter will return to base, prepare and load the resupply packages and then prepare to sling-load tank ammo into objective Garmarad. The helicopter with the anti-tank team on board will move to named areas of interest 1, dismount anti-tank team where they will emplace a minefield. The anti-tank team will remount the Black Hawk and proceed to subsequent named areas of interests to emplace mines. Once complete, the anti-tank will move to Muladost where they will become OPCON to the defensive squad there. The Black Hawk will then return to the base and prepare resupply packages. The final phase is the consolidation reorganization phase. It begins when objective Garmarad is seized and the enemy threat is neutralized. During this phase, The tank section remains in place at battle position hammer oriented south on the main enemy counterattack route, while the infantry platoon establishes battle positions oriented toward the south. The infantry platoon sergeant will begin conducting ammo resupply and casualty evacuation. The medevac helicopter will move along attack axis charger and land at established medevac landing zone to drop supplies, respawns, and heal or evacuate casualties. The platoon sergeant will coordinate the resupply of the company team while maintaining 50% security with at least one tank in overwatch at all times. The utility helicopter will drop supplies at Muladost, then fly a route reconnaissance and screen south to determine enemy movements and intent. Fires. The purpose of fires is 1. Disrupt enemy forces, 2. Prevent the envelopment of friendly forces, and 3. Facilitate the seizure of objective Garmarad. Restrictions. 1. No fires will be conducted within the enemy main base. Priorities of fires will go to 1. The defensive squad at Muladost, 2. Armor and mechanized forces nearing objective areas, 3. Target anti-aircraft systems, 4. Mortars, 5. Massing enemy forces. Fire support resources. There are the following resources available. 1 section of 105mm howitzers, call sign, red leg, located at United Operations main base. They are allocated 60 HE, 60 DPICM, and 30 smoke rounds. 1 60mm mortar at the defensive squad's combat outpost at Muladost. The mortar system has 30 HE, 15 smoke, and 15 white phosphorus rounds. Tasks to maneuver units. Infantry platoon, minus, Koala. The main effort, 1. Ensure that platoon conducts rehearsal listed under coordinating instructions. 2. Provide additional targeting data to Red Leg. Ensure that targets are coordinated within the company fire plan. 3. Ensure platoon carries additional machine gun ammo. 4. Plan and brief back your plan for assault, support by fire and consolidation and reorganization to the company commander. 5. Seize objective Garmarad in order to defeat 7th Cavalry Regiment. 6. Designate 1 infantry squad to, on order, to reinforce combat outpost at Muladost. 7. Ensure that your platoon sergeant plans the casualty and resupply plan and provide a brief back of the plan to the company commander. Armor section, Hammer 1 and 2, secondary effort 1. 1. Ensure that section conducts rehearsal listed under coordinating instructions. 2. Ensure section carries satchel charges to destroy tanks in case of mobility kill. 3. Plan and brief back your plan for your assault, the support by fire and consolidation and reorganization to the company commander. 4. Conduct penetration attack through objective Garmarad to battle position Hammer, to isolate the object from enemy influence to facilitate main effort's seizure of the objective. 5. Be prepared to conduct station method of ammo resupply at the medevac landing zone. Infantry squad, Panda 3, secondary effort 2. 1. Ensure that the squad conducts rehearsal listed under coordinating instructions. 2. Provide additional targeting data to Red Leg. Ensure that targets are coordinated within company fire plan. 3. Develop defensive plan and brief back your plan for defense to the company commander. 4. Be prepared to work additional infantry squad into your defense when the company reinforces combat outpost at Muladost. 5. Ensure that you plan the casualty and resupply plan and provide a brief back of the plan to the company commander. Coordinate resupply through the infantry platoon sergeant. Sniper team, 1. At game start, drive 1 Mark 19 Humvee, and 150 caliber Humvee to the combat outpost at Muladost where you will be OPCON to Panda 3 squad. Anti-tank team, 1. Load 2 dragable crates with anti-armor and anti-personnel mines into utility Black Hawk Saber 1 and man both door guns. You will be OPCON to Sabre 1 until minefield completions. 2. Remain on board at infantry insertion and working with Sabre 1 in place minefields at named areas of interest 1 through 4. 3. After completion have, Sabre 1, return you to the combat outpost at Muladost where you will be OPCON to Panda 3 Squad. Black Hawk Aviation Section, Sabre 1 and 2, 1. Sabre 1 receive anti-tank team OPCON for follow-on mining mission. Ensure 2 boxes of mines are loaded by anti-tank team before takeoff. 2. Sabre 1 and 2 infiltrate along air corridor Angel and insert infantry platoon into landing zone Hawk. 3. Sabre 1 move along air corridor to named areas of interests to emplace mines and upon completion return anti-tank team to the combat outpost at Muladost where they become OPCON to defensive squad. 4. Sabre be prepared to conduct route recon and screen for enemy movements and intent. 5. Sabre 2 after insertion return to base and prepare resupply packages listed in service support section of this order, and prepare to sling load tank ammo to objective Garmarad during consolidation and reorganization. 6. Sabre 1 and Sabre 2, be prepared conduct medevac at any time. Howitzer Section, Red Leg, 1, prepare pre-planned target data according to target list. 2. Set aside 15 prepared rounds HE and DPICM mix, with appropriate charge for combat outpost at Muladost's final protective fires. 3. Be prepared to hook up sling loads if necessary. Coordinating instructions. 1. All equipment that must be abandoned will be destroyed. 2. Commander's critical information requirements are the following. A. Location of air defense systems in area of operations. B. Locations of enemy indirect fire assets in area of operations. C. Location of enemy armor. D. Location of enemy air assault helos. E. Enemy concentrations. 3. Risk reduction fire control measures. B1. No indirect fires within restrictive fire areas without commander's authority. B2. No indirect fires within 400 meters of friendly units without direct communications the ground unit. 4. Air defense status is condition yellow, weapons tight, positively identify air targets before engagement, friendly units will be operating in the area. 4. Priority of rehearsals. A. Infantry platoon and the detached squad will rehearse. 1. Operations in urban terrain. 2. Squad attack. 3. Establishing and executing a platoon support by fire. 4. Breaching a mine and wire obstacle. 5. Call for fire. 6. Emplacement of claymores and anti-tank mines. 7. Loading crates on vehicles. 8. Engagement area defense. 9. Using anti-tank and anti-aircraft weapon systems. B. The armor section will conduct the following rehearsals. 1. Armor operations in urban terrain. 2. Mounted armor attack and tank section maneuver. 3. Establishing and executing a support by fire in support of infantry. 4. Breaching a mine and wire obstacle. 5. Call for fire. 6. Emplacement of claymores and anti-tank mines. 7. Loading crates on vehicles. C. The aviation section will conduct the following rehearsals. 1. Fly nap of Earth through mountainous terrain. 2. Small landing zone insertions on hazardous terrain. 3. Fast rope and sling load operations. 4. Call for fire. Reporting requirements. Units will report all of the following through the chain of command. 1. Wheels up of all aircraft. 2. Aircraft in hover position checkpoint 2. 3. Insertion complete. 4. Defenses set. 5. Objectives secure. 6. Prepared for counterattack. 7. When each minefield is emplaced. 8. Link up of sniper team and anti-tank team with defense squad. 9. All combat losses. 10. Ace reports ammunition status, casualties, and destroyed friendly equipment. 11. When the casualty collection point is set up and its location. 12. Significant enemy firepower and concentrations. 13. When support by fire positions is established. Service and support. Support concept. 1. All units will have complete loadout at game start, with the following exceptions. There should be no milling around the ammo boxes. Infantry platoon members will take additional machine gun ammunition. Tanks will pack additional satchel charges for breaching and destruction of their tank in case of mobility kill on their tank. The anti-tank team will take 2 dragable crates full of mines and place them in the Black Hawk Sabre 1. 2. Additional ammunition will be loaded in the following packages for resupply after consolidation, reorganization by helicopter crews, respawns, and if necessary the howitzer loaders. 3. Respawns killed during assault phase will be diverted to defense squad. When they reach 4 or more will be inserted into their landing zone. 4. Tank rounds will be slung into objective Gamma during consolidation and reorganization. 5. Medivacs will not have casualties from objective Gamma until secure. 6. All casualties will be stabilized and returned to duty or placed at casualty collection point until evacuated or healed. 7. Ammunition, maintenance, fuel trucks will be base. 8. The ACE medical system will be used during the event. All personnel can stabilize by using bandages, morphine, and epinephrine. Medics can fully heal using medkits only at a medical evacuation aircraft or medical tent at the friendly base. Resupply packages. Package 1, 2 crates of anti-tank and anti-personnel mines loaded into Sabre 1 at mission start for mining operation by anti-tank team. Package 2, 4 crates consisting of the following: Crate 1, satchel charges, anti-personnel and anti-tank mines. Crate 2, machine gun ammunition. Crate 3, M203 grenades, smoke grenades, hand grenades and anti-tank rocket launchers. Crate 4, M4 ammunition, and sniper ammo. Package 3, are the tank rounds, that will be sling loaded forward. Command and signal. Succession of command starts with the company commander and is in the following order: Infantry platoon leader, infantry platoon sergeant, platoon forward observer, first squad leader, second squad leader, armor section leader, third squad leader of the defensive squad. Signal. Company communications is based on the company network matrix.
Retrans will transmit between Channel 1 and Channel 2 for command net, and retrans will transmit between Channel 3 and Channel 4 for fire support net. The following call signs will operate the subsequent primary networks. The company commander. Call sign, Titan 6, operates on primary command net on Channel 1. The company commander's radio telephone operator. Call sign, Titan 6 Romeo, operates on primary fire support net on Channel 3. The platoon leader. Call sign, Koala 6, operates on primary platoon net on Channel 5. The platoon leader's radio telephone operator. Call sign, Koala 6 Romeo, operates on primary command net on Channel 1. The platoon sergeant. Call sign, Koala 7, operates on primary platoon net on Channel 5. The first squad leader. Call sign, Koala 1, operates on primary platoon net on Channel 5. The second squad leader. Call sign, Koala 1, operates on primary platoon net on Channel 5. The platoon forward observer. Telephone operator. Call sign, Koala 5 Foxtrot, operates on primary fire support net on Channel 3. The tank section leader. Call sign, Hammer 6, operates on primary command net on Channel 1. Tanks 1 and 2. Call sign, Hammer 1, and Hammer 2, operates on primary command net on Channel 1. Black Hawks 1 and 2. Call sign, Sabre 1, and Sabre 2 operates on primary command net on channel 1. The artillery fire direction control, call sign, red leg 6, operates on primary fire support net on channel 4. The defense squad leader, call sign, Panda 3, operates on primary command net on channel 2. This concludes the operations order. Any questions can be addressed to WeaponX at UnitedOperations or united.operations.plans@gmail.com.